What's up, fight fans? Main man, me man here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. What up to the fam? What up to everyone in Main Man, me man's boxing form? Hey, look, man. So the thing is this. So I see, first and foremost, let me just say, man, congratulations to Terence Crawford and his entire team, his entire corner, for moving up to a fourth weight class and getting the victory over Israel Madrimov. A victory that most of us knew was going to happen, fight fans. Real spill. However, Terence Crawford did not stop Israel Madrimov, something that I knew was going to happen pretty much before the fight as well. But he did not stop Israel Madrimov, and so this is bringing on an avalanche of criticism about Terence Crawford's performance. Mainly from his detractors, the people that were going to criticize him anyway. You know what I mean? Everyone's looking for any little thing to criticize Terence Crawford on. But however, if you are a real live boxing mind or a boxing fan, you would know that moving up in weight is the biggest challenge in the sport of boxing. Not to mention, when you are an aging fighter or pushing 37 years of age, fighting a bigger man that's 10 years younger than you, and on top of that, he's a world champion. Well, that's a lot to take on, fight fans, And it's not like, say, you're moving up a couple pounds. Terence Crawford moved up 7 whole pounds. He's fighting much bigger fighters. And so it's going to probably take him, a little while to kind of get acclimated to 154. I don't know how much longer that Terence Crawford kind of want to hang around the game, but it's going to probably take him a couple fights to get acclimated to 154. It took him, actually, if you really think about it, yeah, but I think it's going to take him just a couple, you know what I'm saying? But I think he's going to be just fine. See, the beautiful thing about Terence Crawford is that, just like we saw in the ring the other night, he has so many different game plans and so many different tools to fall back on, where it's like, if I can't beat you this way, I can beat you that way. If I can't beat you that way, I'm going to beat you this way. That's the beautiful thing about the sweet science. This is the reason why he's number one pound for pound. The ability to adjust, the ability to give different looks. Beautiful, beautiful thing that we saw in the ring the other night. Now, Terence Crawford clearly in that fight had an issue, I believe, with Israel Madrimov's rhythm more so than anything. And this is listening to Terence Crawford in the post-fight press conference. He was stating that Israel Madrimov was very, very patient, and the patience kind of caught him by surprise to a certain degree. So he was expecting for Madrimov to take those leaps in and take those risks that we've known Madrimov to do in the past. However, Madrimov made an adjustment as well. And that adjustment was to, like Terence Crawford said, to be very, very patient, and he didn't take many risks in those first 4 rounds. Clearly, the respect level for Terence Crawford changed a lot of the style of Israel Madrimov, where he didn't want to kind of dictate as much. He didn't want to take as many risks, especially early on, against a cracking counterpuncher like Terence Crawford. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Crawford had a guy on his hands in those early rounds who just really, honestly, wasn't really willing to commit. As the fight progressed on, of course, Madrimov started to let his hands go a bit more. Madrimov was having some successes with the straight right hand or that right hand in general, you know what I mean? And the reason being is because we all know that Terence Crawford stayed in southpaw for majority of that fight. And the number one thing that you do to beat a southpaw is sling a right hand. And so, Terence Crawford never made the adjustment to go from southpaw to orthodox and take the right hand away from him. But it's all love, you know what I'm saying? He decided to stay into that southpaw stance, and he's clearly was looking for good counterpunching and good counterpunching opportunities to take advantage of Madrimov. And so, this is what he was presented with, so this is what he did. Now, he never actually went after Madrimov. Well, he did. I want to say roughly about round 8, 9, somewhere around in there, he actually started to go after Madrimov. But Madrimov was very strong, contending with Madrimov in that pocket is very dangerous, and you're giving Madrimov a lot of in the fight, you know what I'm saying? So Terence Crawford probably figured, like, this kid is very, very strong. No need to battle with him in the pocket. I'm going to go back to the outside, take things away from him, make him have to lunge, make him have to cover the ground. Terence Crawford had the reach advantage. He clearly had the height advantage, though he was not the bigger man. But he chose to use his height and reach as the main weapons to defeat Israel Madrimov. And once again, that takes boxing intelligence to know, hey, if I can't beat you this way, I'm going to beat you that way. You know what I mean? And so, on top of that, Terence Crawford finished the fight very, very strong in the championship rounds, where he stepped it up a bit more. He took some shots, but he also gave some shots. Israel Madrimov's face was marked up pretty well, so you can clearly see the damage that Terence Crawford was putting on him. And I thought Terence Crawford definitely won this fight comfortably, you know what I'm saying, in a more boxing fashion. I mean, using his legs in a lot of portion of this fight, which is really good to see at 37 years of age, Terence Crawford using his legs. How many of y'all fight fans out there question whether Terence Crawford still had legs at 37 years of age, right? If he proved you wrong, just eat your crow. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But so his legs look pretty well. You know, he used them. He used his, once again, counter punching abilities to keep Madrimov a lot honest, very, very honest. And this is how he pretty much executed and won the fight. I thought it was, once again, shows deep boxing IQ, shows how deep his tool bag is and all of the things that he can do. And this is a version of Terence Crawford, quite frankly, that we haven't seen in quite some time. We're so used to seeing Terence Crawford go after opponents and so on and so forth, where this boxing version of Terence Crawford, which we knew existed, because if you listen to anybody talk about Bud, they'll say, oh, he's a dynamic counterpuncher. Oh, he got so many tools. Oh, he has good boxing ability, good boxing IQ. You hear people say this all the time. So you can't get upset when he actually starts to use it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, very, very good fight from Terence Crawford, man. I know Eddie Hearn, man, is eating them sour grapes, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He said a lot of shit going into this fight. I know he believed that certain things happen or whatnot. You know, listen, man, I thought the judges got it right. I don't think there's no controversy here whatsoever. I just think that it was a close fight. I think that was a little bit more closer for comfort than Terence Crawford normally does. But all in all, he definitely was the victor in this fight. Now, people once again are criticizing, you know what I'm saying? And just to be expected. It is what it is. My deal is I want to see those folks who are criticizing. I would love to see their favorite fighter get in there with Israel Madrimov. You know what I'm saying? And I know it ain't the Spence fans, because y'all don't even know what the hell he gonna look like at 154 pounds before y'all jumping way out there. You know what I'm saying? There's something going on with Errol Spence for him to keep postponing fights. He put off Terence Crawford. He put off Sebastian Fundora. Y'all can say it was for the reason it is so. That fight, man, I don't buy none of that crap, fight fans. None of that crap. Something going on with Errol Spence Jr. But at the end of the day, Terence Crawford now, his future is very, very bright. Becoming a 4-division champion. That's amazing within itself. I see word on the curb, Turki Alasheik now coming out on social media telling everyone that he's pretty much no longer interested in the Terence Crawford and Canelo fight. And he also dropped a whole host of other fights that he'll be interested in putting on for this year and sometime next year. And so it looked like the Canelo Alvarez thing may have been, buzz is kind of slowly, you know, dying down, you know what I mean? And I actually think that's a cool thing, truth be told. I mean, I'm sure that everyone now we got to look at Terence Crawford at 154 and see how he has to fill into that division. And people are going to say, well, man, it's not a good look for him to get in there with Canelo, who's much, much bigger than those 154 pounders. So, I mean, I think it's the right move to make. I think we can still definitely revisit this moment once, you know, Terence Crawford do what he got to do at 54, fill in a little bit more. And hopefully if Canelo Alvarez get a fight like David Benavidez, giving everyone the fight that they really want to see, then yeah, you know, after all of that is wrapped up, then of course they should go after one another. But right now, man, nah, I don't really make no sense. Not to mention Canelo Alvarez is being such a diva for stuff like this, asking for astronomical amounts of money. It's not worth it. It's just really not worth it. You know, Canelo's going to run into a position where he's going to struggle to get a big fight unless he pulls that David Benavidez fight. I mean, this Edgar Berlanga fight, I seen the press conference kick off the other day. Absolutely nobody's talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I seen Canelo at the thing saying, this is the fight that everyone wants to see.
Why Edgar Berlanga and not David Benavidez or Terence Crawford?
I think this fight is a good fight for the people, no? Mexico versus Puerto Rico.
Fight that the people want to see. Man, the people don't want to see this. You know what I mean? Canelo on his own island with this crap fight, fan. So, nah, man, it is what it is, man. But as for Terence Crawford, I mean, listen, he got so many roads that is insane. I saw Turki Al-Sheikh stated that he wanted to do Terence Crawford versus Virgil Ortiz. That's a great fight. Ain't no belts on the line. It's Terence Crawford risking pretty much everything that he has for a Virgil Ortiz fight. It's a popping fight, don't get me wrong. But we'll see if Virgil Ortiz puts himself into position to get that fight. Same thing for Jaron Boots Ennis. I seen his name get mentioned. I mean, listen, Jaron has the connection with Eddie Hearn. We all know that. But Jaron is still at 147 pounds, and that seems to be his focus. He will have to come up to 54 in order to test Terence Crawford. But once again, in that case, Terence Crawford ain't gaining anything other than, you know, a few cheers from a few fans. But as far as his legacy is concerned, there isn't anything on the line. I think it's starting to look like as if the Fundora situation may be the best situation popping, either that or the Charlo fight. I want the Charlo fight, y'all already. But between that or the Charlo fight, those seem to be his honestly best options. And so I wouldn't mind seeing him take either one of those. It's good for Bud Crawford. His future is bright. I think he should go after the legacy fights right now, as opposed to just paydays and so on and so forth. I think that the paydays are going to come with those legacy fights. So, I mean, listen, you know, maybe, who knows, Earl Spence can maybe even wiggle back into the rematch. You know what I'm saying? If he can get through Sebastian Fundora, or however that's going to play out. Or maybe Bud just takes that fight off the jump. IBF guy, he can go after that guy as well. That guy's managed by Aegis Climax, and Aegis Climax is definitely trying to do business with Turki Alasheik. So we'll see how it all works out, man. But hey, man, you know, we wish Canelo nothing but the best. That weak ass Berlanga fight, man, y'all can have that shit, man. Miss me with it, bro. You know what I mean? I can't see me talking much about it because it ain't nothing to talk about. Canelo Alvarez ducking and dodging again. That's all we gonna talk about. Simple as that. It's a fight that absolutely no one asked for. He's doing it clearly because it's a low stakes, easy money making fight. And it is what it is. Edgar Berlanga has done absolutely nothing to earn this opportunity. And so, you know, it is what it is. But as for Terence Bud Crawford and Turki Al-Sheikh, we keep on pushing forward. They got several more Riyadh season cards coming up this year, and look like they're going into the next. So that's good stuff, man. Salute to Turki Al-Sheikh for the things that he's doing. Nevada boxing, the Nevada State Athletic Commission inducted Turki Al-Sheikh into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, for real. Money talks, BS walks. This is boxing, fight fans. Y'all know what it is. Hey, man, but listen, clearly boxing, with the number one things that open up doors in the sport of boxing is what? Money. You got money, they'll put your ass in the Hall of Fame. You got money, they'll do anything you want them to do. Sanctioned bodies to get out your way. They'll open all kind of doors for you. You name it. You name your price. That's the way boxing has always worked. Now we can get brand new and act like we ain't never seen nothing like this before. But we all know this is how boxing works. So we'll see how it goes for my main man, Bud Crawford. Future is bright. Routes galore. He is the A side of 154 pounds. He can choose to do anything he want to do. You know what I mean? We'll see which way it goes. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Share, rock the bell. To the next video, man. Peace out.